If you build it, they will come to eat.
I think he just thought about what he would want to eat if he goes out, and something like that didn't exist, so he just made it.
That's the driving factor of all this. A lot of the food is from my own identity. It's from kind of what I want to eat, but just to see that reciprocated across different communities, right? It's amazing to see people kind of come together here and enjoy the same things.
And no matter who you are, there are so many reasons you too will want to go to Rubato. Set in this small, unassuming spot in Quincy, Rubato is the brainchild of Chopped champion and James Beard semifinalist chef Laurence Louye, who along with his wife Rary Ratsifa created a Hong Kong-style cafe in his mother's longtime bakery.
This used to be Contempo Bakery, which was my mom's old-school Cantonese bakery for 22 years before we took over. My mom did many things in her life. One of the things is having a Chinese rock band, and so she and her lead singer decided to open a bakery. So during the day, it'd be a Cantonese bakery. At nighttime, it'd be a practice studio. So after taking over for my mom, we wanted to kind of honor her legacy and really pay tribute to it. And so Rubato is a musical term for change of tempo. So contempo being contemporary tempo, we felt like this was an appropriate name for our new spot.
Having traveled the globe working in world-class kitchens, Laurence longed to bring the dishes he grew up on with his own personal touch.
He pours a lot of love into what he does, and actually what I've learned from being around him is that to make food is a very big sign of love in his culture, and you can see that in the food that he's making.
The star of the Rubato menu is most definitely their Bolo Bao. But what exactly is a Bolo Bao?
Bolo Bao is essentially a buttery baked bao, and what that is similar to a brioche. And on top, we put a thin, slightly sweet cookie crumb. It's been a classic in Cantonese baked goods and like a big part of my childhood.
And the sandwich that brings the masses to Rubato is most definitely their fried chicken version.
Inside of it, we have what we call our tasty sauce. And then we have our fried chicken, which is marinated in tofu and buttermilk. And that combo really gives it enough protein level to be really flaky and really fluffy when it fries. And then we top it with a sesame slaw. It's an explosion of flavors, and so you have sweet, you have savory, and you have the crunch from the chicken, but also the top of the bao. It is really nicely balanced. You can't go wrong with it, and people seem to love it.
People also seem to love the chili chicken bolo.
It's our fried chicken, but we dunk it into a chili sauce that we make in-house, and then we douse it with a sour cream and onion dressing. When you bite into it, it's umami, it's sweetness, it's spiciness. It literally is every single piece of your taste bud just being punched. People love it.
And since Rubato opens at 8 a.m., a breakfast bolo seemed in order.
So for breakfast, Spam Bolo Bao, it's the classic Spam in the can. We do a really delicate steamed egg on top, and then we put a Kraft single in it. So it's kind of like this mix of artistry, but also just nostalgia and fun.
The other star of the Rubato menu is their Hong Kong French toasts, but these go way above and beyond anything you've ever had, with house-made bread stuffed with various sweets, fried in egg batter, and then topped with condensed milk and cookie crumbs. And while the peanut butter is a classic, the Rubato fan favorite has to be the lava egg yolk version.
The lava egg yolk French toast is unctuous. When you cut into it, the custard kind of just lavas out, so it's sweet, it's a little bit of savory, it's very rich. But it's a really nice balance of textures and flavor.
For a quick bite, Rubato hand makes their bao daily.
We make our bao dough in-house every day, and we have 4 different types. So we have the tassi, which is barbecue pork, we have a beef brisket, we have the lava egg yolk custard, and then we have a spicy Sichuan veg bao. It's a nice snack. My mom often comes, that's the thing that she takes all the time. So if I don't keep count of my bao, sometimes I'm like, why am I missing 6 baos? And usually it's my mom.
There's the Rubato Fun Fun, a rice noodle dish with beef brisket, curry seafood, and herbs. Traditional style congee served with fried dough for dipping, and the flavor-packed salt and pepper chicken.
Salt and pepper chicken tastes slightly spicy. It's definitely got a punch of umami and salt. And then there's kind of these notes of garlic, onion. It's just like umami to the max, and it's really simple. It's nothing too crazy, and I think it's just a big hit on rice.
And from sandwiches to sweets, for Laurence, there's nothing better than cooking food from the heart.
I wanted to cook food that meant a lot to me, that meant a lot to kind of my upbringing and my identity as a Chinese American. The questions I ask myself when I'm cooking is does this feel right? Is this authentic to something that I would want to eat? Is there a reason behind it? But I think there's kind of a deeper element to it, and kind of these folds and layers of nostalgia, of kind of identity, and I think it speaks to people like me and beyond, and I think we were fortunate enough to kind of see this all come together and find success in it.